24/7.
Are you ready to talk about sex?
No, let's talk about relationships.
Or is it time to talk about dating, taboos?
It's on your mind.
So let's talk about it
On Nightlife 24/7.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Nightlight 24/7. Please welcome my co-host, as always. Got Marissa and my girl Sweet.
What's
Not
good?
Jonesing today. Not Jonesing.
Not Jones, and I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry.
I'm
I know
under
how
the
you feel.
weather, but
Yeah,
it's always a
I can hear it in your
good
voice. Actually, I
time. It's
actually do. I
always
hear
a
it
good
hear it
time
in your
to
voice.
talk trash.
So, but you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I know my listeners gonna be like, "Okay, I got issues." But every time I hear our intro, I get a hard on. I ain't gonna say lie to you. Every time I hear that intro with me and you doing that thing, I get a hard on, man. I'm just like, damn, that was some good shit. That's some good shit.
I guess that's a
I'm just
compliment.
saying, that's some good shit. So, Rissa, how you been doing, baby?
I'm good. How about you? I'm just in awe. I have no words.
Sweet. After the show, don't disappear. I wanted to talk to you about something, so don't disappear on me.
Absolutely.
All right, so check this out. The name of the show today is called Fright or Flight. I know some people are going to be like, okay, what the hell is he talking about? I don't get the title. It doesn't make sense to me. Well, the thing is that, as I say, I'm in a bunch of different FET-like groups, and people post things. They look for advice. They look for guidance. They look for help. They're looking for other partners. They're looking for events. Well, I ran across this one post that was sent to my email, and I was like, okay, I got to talk about this one. I have to. The title of it is called, and I'm not going to give the person's name. I don't do that. But this came out 2 days ago. It says, I'm scared of my partner. I don't want to claim my partner is abusive because I really don't believe that's true. But we've had some conversations that make me scared to talk to him about my interest in polyamory. I've never been in a polyamorous relationship before. Right now, I'm in a long-term monogamous relationship, 2 years. We also are long distance and have not met in person. Okay, that's one for me. All right. He has a very dark hatred of cheating, which I think is totally understandable, but he takes it too far. He has told me that if I cheated, he would probably kill me. That's number two. And that people who cheat deserve to be murdered. That's three. He clarified that if we broke up and I was with other people, he would have no intention of anything like that. It's purely about cheating. Now, I know polyamory isn't cheating, but here's the issue. These previous conversations combined with some unfounded jealousy, in parentheses, I'm extremely loyal, make me nervous. I'm scared that if I bring up my interest in polyamory, he will assume I'm cheating. Maybe I'm complete off and not giving him enough credit. But I'm an extremely anxious person, and I'm terrified of him hating me or losing him, or at the very worst, being fucking stalked and murdered. We both have had trauma and mental issues, which makes this situation all the more complicated and painful. I love him so much, and we've also been going through a rough patch lately, unrelated, and I think we might separate as much as that sucks. I know I'm young, but we really thought we were each other's soulmates, as terribly cheesy and ridiculous as that sounds. I don't know who else to talk to about this. Please give me your advice if you can. I know I sound like a young, naive idiot. Please don't make fun of me. First of all, I'm not gonna make fun of you. I'm not. I'm not
I
gonna make
will.
fun of you. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to my co-host. They're gonna do that. I'm just so lost right now for words. I don't even know what to say. First of all, y'all ain't even in the same state. Hell, you might not. I don't know if you're in the same state or the same. Y'all ain't even in the same country.
But none of that even matters because they haven't even met. How are you afraid of someone that you've never met?
That's the part that gets me, man. I am so freaking confused. You worried about someone that ain't even close to you physically doing you harm.
So
I
just
get it. You
just to
may have given
reiterate,
your address to him.
so Matt, basically, they have a long distance relationship. They've never met. He's already threatened to kill her if she does things that he doesn't agree with. He believes that certain people of a certain lifestyle should die. I mean, should I keep going?
Well, you didn't hit on my damn point.
All I can say is run.
Run.
Girl, run. Shit, she
Sit
should be on a
down.
damn 747
Yeah,
to a
she
whole
just
nother
needs.
planet.
I'm so confused. How are
He
you in a
needs
whole
to sit
relationship with
down.
someone and you've never met him?
Well,
And how
no,
do you love him so much and you don't even know if
because
y'all like each other in person?
time out. First, people can be in relationships and haven't met
I understand that.
because you
Jerry
have
Springer has
online
proved
dating.
that. Jerry Springer
Now,
has proved that.
now, as far as the deep emotions, the fear, the love, the soulmate stuff, that's a different story. And she says she was young, but did she say how old she was?
No, she did not.
She must be about 14. This is over.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now to see if her age is. Oh, that's why. That's exactly why.
How old
You
is she?
wasn't far
20?
off. She is 19.
16,
Girl, live your life
same
and let that
thing.
man go. Find something local. Get some local dick.
It's all these
Wow.
people in real life, and you're afraid of somebody on the other end of an internet or a phone.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be me for all she know. That could be me.
One of
Exactly.
my
You
good
don't even know
friends
she's
from
being
Texas
catfished.
has commented, "Get out now. Run. He's sick and disturbed, and you should be afraid." He's the type that will say, "If I can't have you, no one can." I agree with my friend.
Yeah,
I totally agree with my friend. Because everything about him is already told her that when we get together physically, if you breathe the wrong way, if my dinner's not done the way I like it, I'm going to hurt you.
Mm-mm.
He sounds like domestic violence in every sense of the word.
Now, my question is this. If that was somebody in real life, they would take the red flags and they would leave. Do you guys think that it's actually the distance that is keeping her there? Because she's afraid, but the fact that there's distance, she knows it's not really going to happen.
So you think that's her safeguard? That's her safety net?
Maybe in some weird psychological Stockholm syndrome way.
I mean, it
My
could
friend
be.
in Tennessee says she is too young to know what love is. And I agree with you. I totally agree with you. She is very young, but I'm not saying that's not love. Being young age doesn't equate to say what love is, but I'm just saying.
There's a difference between
My
love
friend
and
in Texas
attention.
says, block him now. I hope you didn't give him your address. And see, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she's already given him the address
Well,
because it's been 2 years. They've been together 2 years. He's probably sent gifts. He's probably, you know what I'm saying? For
and
a
she did
birthday and Christmas.
mention stalking.
I'm just saying, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, she
I,
mentioned stalking.
So he's
So
stalking
she
her
may
from
have
long distance?
given the address out.
well, she says, I don't want him to stalk me and possibly stalk me and murder me. So
Yeah,
if
that
you
wouldn't be
have
a
that
thought
fear, then why are you still there? Why are you even still dealing with him if you have a fear that that's a possibility?
because she's stupid.
Because, like you said, she's
Sweetheart,
young and naive. She's not. She doesn't know any better.
this
I mean,
message,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I've dated women, and as soon as I saw something that wasn't kosher, I was out. Hell, I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I dated a woman in Savannah, Georgia. She had went through an abusive relationship, and every time she got drunk, she would just get violent toward me, and because she would be dealing with her demons of her ex. But I'll never forget when she stood up and told me if I tried to leave her, that she would cut the tendons in my leg. The next day, when she went to work, I swear to this, and if I could ever get my mom on this show, I swear to this. I packed my shit, walked down to the truck stop, and hitchhiked to Atlanta. Met a
yeah,
truck driver named Jose, young brother, 28. He gave me a ride and dropped me off in Marietta. And I called my family, and they came and scooped me up.
well, see,
Wow.
I've
Oh,
never
you ain't got
dated
to tell me but
anyone.
one time. I'm good.
I've never dated anyone that threatened me, but I did have someone hurt themselves after I said the relationship was over. He
See,
threatened to commit
I've
suicide.
had that. I've had that threat, and that doesn't bother me.
See,
You're gonna
well,
do damage
see,
to yourself.
it
That's on you.
didn't it didn't bother me either, but he did cut himself. My issue is if you're gonna commit suicide, and I know this is very controversial, go ahead and handle your business. I don't
Yeah,
want to be a suspect.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm
Don't
sorry.
do it here. At least try to get help. If you reach your breaking point, there's nothing that I can do to convince you to continue going through whatever you feel like you're going through. I'm only a therapist. I'm not a god.
Yeah,
Now,
I agree with you on that one. I totally agree
we
with you.
decided to part ways, and he says, I love you so much. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm like, bruh, my grandfather passed away. I got diagnosed with 2 cancers today, and you cheated on me. Like, are you serious? This is over. He says, no, I love you so much. If you leave me, I might as well just die. So, of course, I'm like, okay, no problem.
At that point, honestly, he had cheated. You didn't really
Yeah,
give a shit anyway.
right. So he goes in the kitchen and he gets a knife. And now I'm thinking to myself, do you want to cut me or do you want to cut yourself? Because one of those I have a problem with. The other one, fair game. And that man cut himself. And
Wow.
I
See,
called
I've
EMS.
had people threaten. I think you
So
remember my
I
roommate
called,
from many, many years ago. She did
I
that. Oh, I'm
called
gonna kill
EMS.
myself. Yeah. Oh, see, that's fine. And I told her, I said, well, hold on, let me
Put
record
a
it
knife
so that way when the cops
through
get
his
here, I don't
chest.
get blamed. I swear to God, I said it just like that. Hold on, let me
I said,
let me
not here.
record it.
Yep,
Um,
not here. And who's gonna clean that up? Not me.
my friend in Texas said he's brainwashed her to only love him. It's abuse, whether it's verbal, emotional, or physical.
Yeah.
150% correct. It's still
Yeah.
abuse.
I agree.
Or
It's
virtual.
mental abuse.
Yeah, it's. I think it's mental and verbal abuse in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is basically, wow, I don't even know what to say, man. That just blows my mind. But the part that gets me is, and this is the thing I get, and I'm gonna just call him off, and this is how I know she can walk away. You never met him in person. You talked by phone, you video chatted, whatever. He possibly does not have your address. That's 2. And 3, you have the physical ability to block him and then have the police involved for cyber crime.
They don't
I'm
care.
confused. I'm so confused.
However, if it's virtual, the police are going to tell her that she has all the tools that she needs to properly defend herself if she has yet to provide him with her address. If she has provided him with an address, all she can do is get a TPO and keep it moving. But she is in total control. However, my thing is this: is she black or white? That's
She
the real
does.
question.
She does not say that. Let me look and see if I can see on the profile. What were you going
Because
to
if
say
she
there,
black,
Marissa?
go ahead and tell your auntie, your cousins, your daddy, your mama, your brothers, and your sisters. Give them a picture and have them look out. Now, if she white, go ahead and tell Uncle Charles, because Uncle Charles work at the sheriff department somewhere, and he'll handle it for you.
There's
That's
no
usually how that
picture.
works.
There's no picture of her, so I don't know her nationality or anything of that nature. It doesn't say. What were you going to say, Marissa?
I have so many questions, but my thing is, do we know this man even have another family where he's at?
It don't matter. She in love.
Oh my gosh.
And this, okay, I'm going to add this to you for those of you who don't know about Fat Life. This person is doing a transition from female to male.
Who? The person that is in the relationship?
The 19-year-old female is transforming from female to male.
What?
That's very important information, Mac, that you left out, sir.
Yeah, very
I know.
important.
I left that out on purpose because I wanted to. And now it changes.
You wanted to change the narrative.
That's right. So now there is more of a mental aspect
Vulnerability.
than anything else.
Vulnerability, acceptance.
Yeah. Probably
Right.
telling her,
I mean,
"Oh, no one will accept you once you transition, but me,"
Right.
and all that kind of
superiority
stuff.
disorder.
Yes.
I mean, that opens up a door for so many other things. And then the fact that they've been doing this for a year, the
2
reason
years.
they're so in love, 2 years, is because while this person is transit 2 years.
2 years.
I mean, they were 17.
I'm sorry. I ain't gonna be talking to you for 2 years and we ain't met in person.
Well, who says the person wants to meet them in person? Maybe they are just support, and this person fell in love, and that other person on the other end just thinks they're friends.
Well, if he's telling her not to be with anyone else, I'm assuming it's way more than just friends.
More than just friends.
Or maybe it's not to be with someone else while you're in transition, so you can stay safe.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go against you on this one, sweet, because nothing in that story.
It sounds like
We
they're in
can
love.
tell.
They're in
They're
love.
supposedly in
We
love,
can
and she stated at the very beginning, a monogamous relationship, long distance, monogamous relationship, parentheses, 2 years.
And she was 17 when this started. I ain't got nothing to say about no little damn 17-year-old transgender child that's stuck in a virtual relationship that don't know what the fuck to do. Can we talk about something else now? Because she's confused as hell. I'm not doing this with you, Mac.
Because there's so many things that could go wrong. What is wrong? It's so many things that's so wrong, and it's just like you don't want to say something wrong, and then you have the whole LGBTQ.
She needs a hug.
AI against you, so it's like forget it. I'm just
Okay. I'm gonna change the narrative.
Some real love.
We're gonna change off of that story. Last week we were attempting to record a story on Chris Rock and Will Smith, and we had an awesome story. The show was perfect, but for some reason I clicked the button to go live, and I thought it went, and it did not. And so we're going to rehash that because I've done some more reading up, and I'm just shocked. So everyone knows that
I was right.
Yeah, everyone knows that Will Smith walked up on stage during the Oscars and slapped Chris Rock, and then went back to his seat hollering, "Keep my wife's name out of your damn mouth."
Keep my wife's motherfucking name out your damn mouth.
That's how it was said.
Yeah.
Okay, well, damn, excuse a brother.
We just have to make sure you quote it correctly.
If the quote is proper, we got to be proper.
Okay, so
plus it's better when we say it the right way. It feels better.
This is the problem I had with that whole situation. Chris Rock said, "Hey, Jada, forgive me, but I can't wait for G.I. Jane 2. Your camera pans over to Will and Jada. Will laughing his ass off. Yet, moments later, he walks up on stage and slaps Chris Rock. Now, Chris balls his hands up for a second, and then releases and lets go, and then comes back as a professional and says, "Damn, I'm the most famous man in the world right now. I just got slapped by Will Smith." Will proceeds to go back to his chair, ranting and raving, and this is what I have a problem with. You don't have a problem with a man who's dicking down your wife. And
We don't know that. They had an open relationship.
Okay? Because
we
it's
ain't
not a
heard from
relationship,
August
it
no
was
more.
an entanglement. It's an entanglement. Okay? You don't have a problem with this man after he gets through with your wife, who then wants to go and make a song about it.
We have not heard from August. Therefore, we cannot say whether or not he had a problem. They have an open relationship. Now, whether he knew that it was his son's best friend and his wife's mentee that was giving up the dick is a different story. However, we ain't heard from August since he put out the little diss track that ain't nobody heard yet. So for all we know, August could have got dealt with.
You went on the red table and you sat there calmly while your wife told you all this, and y'all done took him, and they done went on trips. They being seen out in public, hugging up at different events and stuff. You don't have an issue or to talk to this man publicly like you did your wife and get it all squashed. You don't have a problem when the song is coming out. But yet when someone cracks a joke about her hair, which nobody knows anything about her alopecia, it wasn't put out there, you flip the hell out. I think, and this is just my personal opinion, I think the flip out came because when he was laughing and at the joke, he looked over at Jada, and Jada basically said, "Bitch, you really find that funny?" And that's where it came from.
But now she's coming back and saying she don't need his help.
4 different videos.
Yeah, now she's saying, "Oh, well, I don't need him to defend me." I sent Marissa some
videos that I saw on TikTok, and they was on it. They was on it. They was right on point blank. What if, and then Denzel talked to Will about this.
But even the video you sent
Denzel Washington goes to talk to Will about him flipping out.
However,
the next day,
I feel like
the next day.
Hello.
What?
I was saying something and I got cut all the way off. It's like, wait
I'm sorry, I apologize.
You were all excited. I said, wait a second now. Hello? Am I on? Okay.
Yeah, I ain't lying. It kind of got
the video. One of the videos you sent me was they were actually showing when Will went back to Jada. They showed the behind the scenes on that part. And she was laughing her ass off when he slapped her. She was busting out laughing. She thought that shit was really funny. So for her to come back and say that, "Oh, I don't need him to defend me. I don't care about my hair." So what was the purpose of you laughing then?
I think that one, they're celebrities. And in order to save face, one of the things they teach you is to smile or laugh. That way you're always neutral.
Right.
However, she laughed at the joke as well. When the camera first panned over, they were both laughing.
They were both laughing.
Until Chris Rock said, I know, but it was a good joke though. Then that's when Jada was like, "The fuck is you gonna do, nigga?"
I'm sorry. Okay. I personally feel Will is a broken man, because if you look at pictures of him and TikTok stuff he was doing before all this entanglement came out, and then you look at a picture of him when he's sitting at the red table and they're talking, he looks like a man
that's empty.
That was sedated.
He's
I mean, empty. he just looked like he just looked broken.
He's empty.
So he's done all he can do to love that woman, and she has never allowed him to love her.
Living in LA, we learn a lot about celebrity gossip. Working in the clubs, doing promotions, being a medical professional, we be all off in their chart and shit. You know what I'm saying? We be knowing all kind of stuff. So the story that I was told, Will and his first wife had an open marriage. They brought Jada into the marriage. Will's wife brought Jada into the marriage. That's how she got on the show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will's wife introduced her. And then Will and Jada end up having a relationship. Will and his wife end up splitting up. She still stayed on the property in the guest house, all that good stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I guess she was trying to stay, connected. Meanwhile, from what LA has to say, Will Smith was always Jada's ticket because Jada only had association with things because of Tupac. So when Tupac passed away, she had no association. She had no identity. Because if she's not Will Smith's wife, outside of Set It Off, give me some Jada stuff.
I don't have any Jada stuff.
Because we're not going to talk about Woo, because that was horrible.
Yeah, that was horrible. I can't even lie. That was horrible.
He does most of her bookings. He does most of her management. He's the one, you know what I'm saying, that had most of the money. All these bands she's had clothing companies, perfume companies, makeup companies, shoe lines, music labels. Yeah, she's done everything. So if nothing that she's done has been really successful, where do you think it was coming from? Him, right?
Didn't she do that movie, Poetic something?
Poetic, you talking about,
Poetic,
she did Jason's Lyrics.
Jason's Lyrics.
Jason's Lyrics, yeah.
Yeah, and then she also did Low Down Dirty Shame.
But Low Down Dirty Shame was that was
way,
Low Down Dirty Shame.
way before Will came into play.
Right.
Yeah.
But even with those type of movies, those were those movies that Arsenio Hall was plugged in on, and the Wayans brothers and stuff was plugged in on those movies, and all of them went to school together at the School of Arts in Philly.
All right, then. So let me get this straight then. No charges are going to be filed against Will for what putting his hands on Chris Rock. He has pulled out of the Academy Awards.
I don't even know what that means, but okay.
He said he
has
resigned.
pulled himself out of the awards.
I still don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means either. I just saw it. That's what I read.
Does that mean that he is excluding himself from future nominations?
We don't know.
I don't know. He said he is pulled.
Because there's a hearing that has to go down.
Yeah. That way I guess they ain't got to worry about another incident. You ain't got to worry about, somebody saying something. But the thing that I did notice, Chris Rock tickets went from $300 to $1,200.
$700. Mm-hmm.
In certain places.
So.
Because he's giving Chris enough material for the next year.
Yeah.
Netflix just dropped a Will Smith project.
Yeah, they did. And Tony Rock is even going around on his tour too, talking about it.
And I think, yeah.
So Netflix dropped which project?
Will Smith's movie. Some new
project that was in production. So I posted a video of Tony Rock, and he's one of my favorite rocks. It's a lot of them, but he's doing stand-up, and he says, first of all, it's a whole lot of us. I'm only 1 of 12. I ain't my brother. I ain't got nothing to lose. And when he said it, it was funny, but it was with so much passion. You know what I'm saying? Because it's true. You don't let that celebrity make you forget that you're a real person.
Yeah.
Whatever is staged or not. And they said from the internet, it was supposed to be staged. It was supposed to be a pushing match. And Will slapped him instead of pushing him, which caught him off guard. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, I saw his fist ball.
He was supposed to go up there. He was supposed to push him, but he was not supposed to slap him. But Tony Rock was very loud and clear. with his little
Well,
cute self. He cute too.
well, let me ask y'all this, and this is just I just want to know because women know things that men just don't notice or we don't pay attention to, or y'all know things. Do you
Yeah, we know
feel
so.
do you feel that Jada is the one that's been running that marriage for all these years, and that's
Yes, Jada
Yes.
has been the boss. Like, look at how she talked to them. Like, look at their Twitter account.
I've
Look at their
never
Twitter
looked at
account.
I've never looked at their Twitter account ever.
So one day they were on Twitter. I actually posted this, I think. She was on Twitter and she asked him a question. She pans the phone over to Will, and Will says, "Don't just put me on your social media because you have an agenda. I got a lot going on." And she says, "Well, just answer the damn question." She says, "You're supposed to let me know that the cameras are rolling because I don't have time for your foolishness." She puts the camera back on her and she says, "Now you see how Dr. So and so has really been helping our marriage. Dr. So and so has really been helping us. You should guys should call her to help your marriage." And then she hangs up
Wow.
the live, and it was very sarcastic and she didn't get her way. He was asking for some privacy, very professional, you know what I'm saying? And I really understood what he was saying. Don't just pop up with me on your live for clout. If you have something to say to your fans, say it to your fans and leave me out of it.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. Did not know that. So, you think we ever gonna hear from August?
We'll probably hear from August in August
Smart ass. Okay,
because it's
smart
just
ass.
good marketing tactic. Somebody said August is writing a book and he been in therapy. I hope that baby's been in therapy because from what I heard, he's borderline schizophrenic and he got some other stuff going on. Please don't quote me, but I do know that he does have mental illness. That's one of the things that is concerning about the situation, especially because we give Jada so much respect. And if she's supposed to be, mentoring someone and she's not a licensed medical professional and she ends up entangling herself with an individual that's looking up to her for, psychological encouragement, that can be very damaging, especially in a world platform, on a world stage.
I
So
just
I
want
don't
to
think
let
we're going
I
to
just
hear
want to
from
let the
him
women out
anytime
there
soon.
know. I just want to let the women out there know. I'm looking for some entanglements. If y'all have some, your brother could use a few entanglements here and there.
As long as
I'm
they're
just
not
saying.
your kids' friends.
I'm just putting it out there. I know some of y'all need to, vent with your entanglements. I'm here for you with the entanglement. That's all I'm trying to
No
say. We can
entanglements.
get entangled together and try to, figure it out and work
So,
it. We can work through it together. Yeah.
and then
Just
y'all going to be on my square table talk. Okay?
then
That is
they
not going
gonna
to
be
work.
on your table talk, huh?
Yeah. I'm going to say, I remember, Mac, when you signed this young lady up for your nonprofit organization. Next thing I know, she was a vice president. How did that happen?
We got entangled, girl. We had
It's an
entanglement.
entanglement.
Entanglement. Entanglements. Come on now. There's a lot of entanglements here in Atlanta. Look at
So,
most of these city representatives who hire their family members who ain't even graduated high school or just have a high school diploma, and they're making
I'll do
$120,000
it.
a year. Come on now.
I'll do it. As soon as my
Yeah.
son turns 17, he's going to
Yeah.
be the vice president. Okay?
So
When we
yeah,
go to the Asian store, it's a 5-year-old taking your money when you order Chinese food. Okay? When you go to the hair shop, it's a 3-year-old in there standing on a step stool cashing you out.
that's it.
What difference does it make?
Yeah, you got a point.
So I can put my kids on as well. Quick question though.
Yeah.
Have you ever had an individual show interest in you that happened to be a friend of one of your children?
So the weather's been raining a lot in the last
I
24
think
hours.
that's
Oh,
a yes. I cannot give
now
you
It
a
we
week,
don't want
Mac.
to
Give me
talk.
the
this
Oh,
rain is just
wow.
man. This rain is just something.
Okay. The question that we need to ask is, did you really have the entanglement, not the interest? Did you move forward with the entanglement?
that part.
I have not been entangled.
Oh, all right.
That
That sounds like a
So
how,
president
how
what
they
did
answer,
how
but
they
you
used to
what
okay.
did
how
you
did they
tell
used
her?
to say how they used to
Sound
say
like
it
a
back
Bill
in the
Clinton
day.
answer to me. But
No,
all
no.
right.
They used to say it back in the day, based on the grounds of what you're asking me, I'm not going to answer on the fact that they tend to incriminate myself. But see, I don't have to go that route. I don't have to go that
I
route. No, there
think
was no
this.
entanglements. There were no entanglements. Um, but
So, did your child know that their friend had an interest in you?
my daughter, yeah, uh, she knew because I said something to her about it. But my sons, both my sons, no issues. But it's always been my daughter's friends who had it. Like even I'll say this: when I was young, a teenager, my mother's coworkers would come over, and yeah, they always seemed to have the reason to go to the bathroom, which was right next to my bedroom, but they never seemed to make it to the bathroom. They always ended up knocking on my door if I had the door open, coming in and wanting to talk. But nothing ever transpired. I never had their entanglements either. But
Did you tell your
yeah,
mother that her friends were pedophiles and
yeah.
predators?
Yeah, I was a very big guy for my age, and I always was. But yeah, that caused some issues.
Do you
But
mean big in stature or big guy?
both,
Just wanted to
Hmm.
know.
yeah, both.
Ah,
So,
Because I'm just saying, it's the reason why some grown women are just out there, eeny, meeny, miny, that one.
yeah, yeah. So,
that's a whole nother show in itself,
a
y'all.
whole nother
Okay?
show.
We're gonna come back to that.
Hey,
Don't
you know
worry.
what? I'm gonna do. I've never done this a promo show, but I'm gonna talk just for you guys in the future. I wanted to let you know. Well, I grew up in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and my aunt was a very big person in the Black Panthers, and I am going to have a two-part, probably possibly three-part series, Black Panthers, then, now, and the future coming up soon. So you guys really need to stay tuned. My aunt's going to come on, and she's bringing on some other older Black Panther members, and we're going to talk about why it was started, what was the purpose of it, would it be relevant now, and where the Black Panthers are or see themselves going in the future. So I just want you guys who listen to the show to know that there's some other things that are going to be coming up other than us talking about sex topics, because we talk about sex topics, but we also talk about health issues and community issues. And I know Sweets is going to be definitely want to be a part of that show, because
Yes.
that's right up her
I
alley.
am a new Black Panther member
Yeah.
and a new
See.
era chapter
So
member as well.
yeah. So I definitely wanted to let y'all know that's coming up. Now we're going to switch back for a second because the show is going to be over in the next 7 minutes. I don't know what's going to transpire with Will Smith. I really don't. I think Will. This is just my personal opinion. Doesn't make it right or wrong. I think Will has come very close to, or is going to have a mental breakdown soon, and because things are really building, the pressure is building on him that we don't know about, but you can see it in the pictures. It's obvious in the pictures.
Excuse
Uh,
me.
yes.
I think that breakdown started when he gave that speech about now he finally trying to love people.
Okay. You may be
Some
correct.
people, some people been faking it till they make it, and now they're getting what they put out.
Okay. I can't disagree with you on that.
I thought it was the breakdown was when he went up there and slapped folks. That's where I thought it was. I was
Yeah,
like,
because you
for him to
never,
do that, you would never thought Will Smith would
yeah,
ever do that.
never,
Oh, I would.
never. I never saw that part of
You
him
see,
or would even think that part existed in him. So
I've
you might
seen
be right.
him in a couple of pushing matches out in LA. Like going into clubs and coming out of clubs. He got into a little pushing match with a valet guy for dinging up one of his cars some
Well,
years
that's different
back.
though. I think that's normal. I
But
think
that's what
that's
I'm saying.
normal.
So it's like it wasn't like it was unexpected, but this is still TV for us. He's still an
Right.
entertainer, you know.
Right.
But I'm definitely with you. I do think there's going to be something more down the slope coming soon.
Yeah. Now, going back to our first story, our 19-year-old, I'm going to say this to you as a father. There's two things that you need to understand. One, you are not old enough to the point to say that I love this person that much. Two, you got enough common sense to know that you're yourself worried and you're scared and you're hesitant. So that tells you that this is not a good situation. You know what the hell you're supposed to be doing. And the other thing, which I didn't mention because I said two things, I'm gonna be third. Girl, ooh, you oh damn, I ain't even gonna say what I'm gonna say. I ain't even gonna say it. I'm
I
leaving it.
will. It's in transition right now. So finish your transition until you're no longer vulnerable. So you're more suitable emotionally for a realistic relationship.
But even when she does the transition, she's gonna need even more therapy.
Yeah, but that's later, not right now. Right now, you're still straddling the fence. At least later, it's that was my old life. This is my new life. That's it. Move forward.
I think you found someone who found a point or a place in your life where you're vulnerable and they've taken advantage of that. That's just my personal feeling.
Ain't nobody take
I think
advantage of your vulnerability on no internet.
no, I'm saying her. I'm saying her, and I think only for the simple fact, um, yeah, I think my boy Mr. Moss is on here. Mr. Moss said you're 100% correct about Will Smith. Um, but I think the young lady who is becoming a young man needs to figure out who she wants to be or he wants to be and how you want to be a part of this world. And that's what's important. Right now, having the love and support of a friend and family members is more important than worrying about the love of a man that you've never physically met. I have met people online, thought, damn, this is a good match. Got with them in person, and I couldn't wait for them to get the hell up out of my life.
That's very
So
sad.
yeah, you're 19. You're gonna fall in and out of love a hell of a lot of times, or
She
what
was
you
17
consider
when
to
she
be
started.
love. So yeah, right now, if you are open to something that's new and something that you feel that would make you feel complete and whole and give you support, and that person is against that and not being supportive of it, then maybe you're not with the right person. Maybe you truly aren't with the right person. If you have a fear to be able to express yourself to your partner, good, bad, or indifferent, then you're not with the right person. Because you should be able to speak to them about anything. Anything. Even if they
That,
don't agree with it, you should be able to speak to them about it. There should not be a fear.
but you can't even talk to them without the internet or Wi-Fi, so we can't even get to that point.
God forbid the internet goes down and wherever you at for
We ain't got
a
no
week.
power.
Yeah, you out power for a couple of days a week. He probably, oh God, if he got your address, he probably coming to see you, trying to figure out why you cheating on him.
That's a whole mess. It's really sad, though. It's
It
very sad
is.
that people live in their heads in fear like that, and you don't even know who the other person is on the line. That could be a woman, that could be another kid, that can be, some bored old lady. You never know.
Yeah, I can't argue with you on that one. I can't argue with you on that one. Hey guys, it's the end of the show. I love and appreciate and thank you guys so much for your comments, and you guys more than welcome to call in. You can call in and we'll and speak your piece. You just don't have to type it. But I thank you anyway. I always appreciate my co-hosts. I love them more than life themselves, but they don't truly know that because I'm not a very emotional person. But there's nothing I won't do for them. If I have the opportunity to make it happen, I'll do my best. So, Marissa, thank you because you're my baby.
You're welcome.
You are my baby. Sweet, you always gonna be my sister. But
Well,
I still need you to loan. Can you loan me some? Can you loan a brother some?
not right now. I'm a little under the weather, but I do have some announcements.
No, go ahead. Do you think?
We are filming pilots for Real Life, The Black Perspective at Vibes Atlanta on Thursdays from 7 to 10. We network, we have sip and paints, we podcast. So if you have a business card, you have a small business, you want to get yourself out there, we're doing free interviews to be streamed on our network. the All Network on Roku television. We also have a huge networking event over by Max House on Jonesboro Road, April 9th, called Lock In Networking Event at 621 Atlanta, hosted by Mr. Glenn Scott.
Oh yeah, you get that information to me. I'll put that on my pages and everything, and I'll do my best to be there. I promise you, I'll do my best to be there.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody know the Bling Queen, go on, girl. How to get your stuff?
Well, they can always go to the Bedazzle Boutique online. Well, nope, that's wrong. I'm giving you wrong information. You can always go to Bedazzle Boutique online. We have amazing things out there. We're starting to do Mother's Day stuff because, we all love our mamas. So that's coming up real soon.
All right. As I tell you guys at the end of every show, and I'm always going to preach it to the day I die, we're put on this earth to help other people. That can come in many shapes and forms. But if you can't do anything to help them, I ask you, please don't do anything to harm them. And with that being said, we're going to say goodbye. Holler at you guys next time. Bye.
We at Nightlife 24/7 appreciate you, our listener, who has an open mind and heart and are able to listen, learn, and discuss those issues that affect you and your partner. By discussing these issues, we hope to keep the lines of communication open to help inform you, our listener, and our community. It's on your mind, so let's talk about it on Nightlife 24/7.